I'm Ro Madison. My business is the Superstar Academy, and the Superstar Academy is a full-service consulting firm for corporations to help them create more of what they want using less resources. The scope of services that we do involve executive coaching, commercial strategies for companies that are in the startup phase, and that's where we really reside, particularly in the area of healthcare. I spent the last 20 years as an executive in the healthcare industry, the last 13 in the precision cancer medicine industry. And that all evolved when the Cancer Genome Atlas project was completed in 2005. And that launched a new industry in healthcare where you can create medications, diagnostic tests, and imaging based on the human genome, DNA. I spent those years building people and leading companies. And 18 months ago, I decided to step out and create my own consulting firm for those companies that are in that startup phase of bringing new technology to the market. But I also found that the principles that I share with respect to leadership and development, sales training, commercial strategies are appropriate for any organization across the board, not only in healthcare, but also in technology, also in business to business. So my message has been able to resonate, and we've been able to add value to a lot of different customers. I always had the heart of an entrepreneur. When I was 6 years old, I started my first business accidentally. We had a breezeway in our apartment complex and the leaves would blow in the house. My mother would get upset at me and my sister and have us sweep out the house. And one day I was sweeping the porch and I just went on to the next landing where the apartment is, and a guy came out and looked at me, didn't say a word to me, but he gave me $1. And when he did that, the only thought in my mind was, I wonder who else will give me $1 to do this. So that created an entrepreneurial spirit in me that I could go out and control my own destiny and create a service or create some value that I can make more money than someone would be willing to pay me in an hour. So I always had this mindset or that belief in me that I had the ability to create more value than someone else was willing to pay me. And that's something that I teach entrepreneurs and leaders of all kind. You have to know your value. And when you know your value, you don't worry about people placing a price tag on your gifts and your talents and your knowledge. Never hesitate to take control of your destiny and step out and do the things that you dream about, do the things that you have hunger in your spirit to do. And that's the only way that entrepreneurs choose to live, is controlling that destiny. Wow, what struggles I faced growing my business. Resources, self-belief, obstacles, traveling into the unknown. And that's the same journey that every entrepreneur is gonna have to face and deal with at some time. And what I do in my programs is help entrepreneurs and leaders get a proper relationship with these things that are hindering you from moving forward and accomplishing those goals and those dreams. Some of those include your relationship with fear. Some of those include your relationship with money. And some of those include your relationship with your past. You have to establish a better relationship with all of those in order to really move forward in pursuit of that goal or that dream, because times are gonna get tough. I mean, every entrepreneur, every millionaire will tell you of experiences that they've had where they've doubted themselves, where the market doubted them, that they failed and had to begin over again. But that's just a part of the process, and you have to have the proper mindset in order to really move past those obstacles and deal with them and have a proper relationship to these things that if you don't put them in the proper perspective, they can crush you. What future challenges can entrepreneurs expect to face? Being new. The market loves a known commodity. And one of the principles that I adhere to is branding yourself in a way that the market and your competitors don't make you a commodity. You see, when you start a new business, everyone's gonna pick you apart, and there's a reluctance for people to do business with you because you don't have a track record of success. And if you're not careful, you will lose sight of what your vision is and what you want to accomplish, what differentiates you in the marketplace, and start to gravitate to what's working for someone else. But that's kind of the kiss of death. When your competitors want someone to see you as being just like everyone else, if they've been around longer, they win. Or if their price is better, they win. And the same thing with the consumer. They want to see you as being just like everyone else so they can choose based on price, or they can choose based on some arbitrary metric or factor that doesn't distinguish you as being anything special. So the main thing that entrepreneurs are going to have to do is stand out in a way that increases the value, the perceived value of what they do for the customer. And that is a strategic play that has to be highly focused, and many times it takes a business coach to help you put those things in order so you can launch properly and don't run into those hurdles that can really kill your business. There's a lot that I can say to motivate doubtful or hesitant entrepreneurs, but what it really comes down to is you just gotta want it. No one can want for you more than you want for yourself. There's a lot of people out there that had great ideas, and I think everybody has seen a product or a service or something that's been launched and they thought, why didn't I think of that? Or, I thought about that, but I just didn't take action. Well, when it comes to goal setting, it has to be something that moves you to action. It has to be something that really has a compelling emotional tug to your spirit that moves you in the direction of that thing. Yes, you're gonna have obstacles. Yes, you're gonna have difficulty. Yes, you're gonna fail and bump your head and stub your toe along the way. Yes, there are gonna be people hating on you, but at the end of the day, it has to be something that you want for yourself, and you have to want it long enough to stay in it, to learn the lessons that you need to learn, to meet the people that you need to meet in order to make that vision happen. If it doesn't move you, it's not gonna move anybody else. You have to want this thing, because that's the only way that you're gonna accomplish anything of significance. That hunger and deep drive and meaning for what it is that you want.